Hi guys, I'm Dr. Kiana from Indara Naturals, and in this video I'm going to be talking about why I don't personally get curly cuts on my hair. I've never had a curly cut. So I don't want to say that you should not get a curly cut because people get them for different reasons. People like them for different reasons. So, what you do with your hair is up to you. I don't like them personally. I would never get one for my hair. I generally don't recommend them to my clients if they are looking to grow their hair longer. I think curly cuts kind of work against that. But your goals for your hair will determine whether you're for or against getting curly cuts. So I'm just going to talk about me and what I personally do with my hair. Okay, so curly cuts, first of all, curly cuts can be done in multiple different ways. So you can have a curly cut done on your wet hair. You can have a curly cut done on your dried wash and go. You can have a curly cut done on like dry, blown out or combed out or picked out like an afro. So those are kind of the three ways that I've seen it done. Now, the reason that I don't get curly cuts is, for one, I'm mostly focused on the health and length of my hair, right? So a lot of times people kind of pit the two against each other, that, either you're interested in hair health or you're interested in length. And I don't think that's true. I think that you can have long, healthy hair, obviously. So I am all for, I want my hair to be healthy, but I also want it to be as long as I can wear it. So to me, curly cuts are more for shape and the look of the hair, and not necessarily focused on retaining length. They do, I guess, promote curly cuts as being more for healthy hair, that you're cutting off those dead ends, which is important. But the method that they use to cut off your dead ends is kind of where, things kind of get sticky for me. So when you get your hair cut curly, okay, so most people have different hair types, right? Most people do not have one hair type all over their head. That's number one. So usually you're going to have a mix. You might be 4C and 4B mixed. You might be 4A, 4B. You might be 3C, 4A. But most people don't have the exact same hair type, exact same curl pattern all over their head. For me, I have my hair in the front is kinkier and it's more of like an S pattern. My hair in the back is a little bit looser curl and it's more of like ringlets. And then in the crown, it's kind of a mix. I have some parts of my hair that don't really curl at all. They're kind of like zigzaggy or wavy looking, but it's still kinky. I don't know. I have a lot of different hair types and my hair does not curl evenly all over. So what that means is, when my hair is blow dried, not completely straight, it's blow dried, it still has some shrinkage, but it does not shrink evenly all over. So I have more shrinkage in the front, less shrinkage in the back. In the middle, it could go either way. One side might shrink more than the other side. So if I blow dry my hair and then I get it cut, if I press that hair and have it straight, it's not going to be even, because the parts that were shrunk more are going to be cut less, and the parts that have less shrinkage are going to get cut more, and it's not going to be even. So I personally never let anyone cut my hair unless it's bone straight. If they've done a silk press and want to do a trim, that's the only way I would let a stylist trim my hair. I personally will trim my hair when it's curly. Like if I have it in twist or if I've blown it out, I might go through and trim my ends. But I'm not trimming based on shape. I'm taking each piece of hair, I'm running my fingers down to the ends, and then I'm cutting, what looks, if it feels rough or if it has knots on it or something like that. But I'm not just blowing my hair out and then cutting it into the shape that I want, because I know that my hair does not shrink evenly all over, and that when that hair is straightened, it's going to be very uneven. So, if you are looking into getting a curly cut, I would say it might work for you if you wear your hair in a wash and go like all the time or most of the time, and you're getting the shape that you want your wash and go to hang in, you're getting it cut that way. That might work for you. But what I do tend to see with curly cuts is that because you're cutting for shape, you do end up cutting off a lot of healthy hair. That, you know, some of it is dead ends, but some of it too is healthy hair that's being cut in order to get the desired shape while the hair is curly. And if you don't wear your hair curly all the time, then when you wear it straightened or braided or in twists, you know, or any other style besides a wash and go, then you're going to have, your hair is not going to fall the same way. It's going to be uneven. Another thing that I see with curly cuts is they tend to do this like bob, kind of like a bob in the front, and then it's like tapered in the back. And obviously that makes it difficult to wear any other style but a wash and go, because you can't do a twist style. I mean, I guess you could, but you know, this, if the hair is really short in the back, you can't really twist it. So your styling options then are limited, and you can pretty much only wear it in the wash and go that fits the shape that it's been cut into. So for me, when I was trying to grow my hair out, I never wanted to get a curly cut. Back then it was Diva cuts. I think they were the first ones that I heard of that had started doing curly cuts, that you could go to the Diva Curl salon and get a curly cut. But I never wanted to do that because, like I said, you end up cutting off a lot of healthy hair. Another issue that I have with curly cuts, depending on how it's done. So I do see some stylists taking like piece by piece and curl by curl, but I also see a lot of stylists who just blow the hair or comb the hair out, pick it out into a fro, and then cut around in the shape. And the problem with that, or it also is the same principle when they do it as a wash and go. But when you're only cutting for shape and going through and cutting the ends and shaping it, you're not getting into the bulk of the hair, and you end up missing split ends in some areas and then cutting off healthy hair in other areas. So my main focus when I'm trimming my hair is to trim any split ends or fairy knots or single strand knots that I get. So I go through all of my hair piece by piece, very small sections, and trim as needed. I don't want to cut. So for me, I don't necessarily care if my hair is shaped correctly. It falls, I mean, I feel like it falls fine, but it's not, I don't know if you can see, but like it's not completely even. See, like this part is a little shorter, this piece is a little longer, but I would not just cut this hair off to make it even, because I think it looks fine being uneven, but I know that all of this hair is healthy hair, and I'm not gonna cut off healthy hair just to have a certain shape. Also, I don't wear my hair in a wash and go very often. I mainly prefer twist outs. I do straighten my hair occasionally. And when I straighten it, I don't want it to be all choppy from where I've cut it while it was curly. So in summary, the reason that I don't get curly cuts is because I prefer to have length over shape. I want my hair to be even when it's straightened more than I want it to be even when it's curly. And I don't want to cut off healthy hair for the sake of having a certain shape. So I feel like if you're trying to grow your hair out and you want maximum length retention, then a curly cut kind of works against that. If you wear your hair in a wash and go most of the time and you want your hair cut so that your wash and go falls a certain way, then I think a curly cut might work for you. You just want to be careful about, how much, knowing that you can lose some length there when you go in to get a curly cut. So if you're okay with that, and the shape is what's most important to you, I think either way, you do need to be trimming your ends. You don't want to have split ends, fairy knots, thinning ends. So either way, you need to be focused on the health of your hair. But if you're focused on length, then a curly cut is probably going to reduce your length and your length retention. If you're focused more on the shape of your wash and go, then a curly cut might work for you. So for me, like I said, I don't get curly cuts, and those are the main reasons why. So if you have gotten a curly cut and you're happy with it, leave me a comment down below. Tell me what your experience was like. If you've been on the fence about getting a curly cut, let me know your thoughts. So yeah, if you guys have any questions, you can leave a comment down below, or you can always email me at contact@endaraNaturals.com. If you're looking for the products that I use, you can check out the links that are in the description box down below. All right, bye guys.